Hello students, today we will revise the topic microorganism, the foes. Some microorganisms are harmful for us, we know that, and they cause harmful diseases in human beings, plants and animals. They can even spoil our food and even our clothes. So the microorganisms that cause diseases in both plants and animals are called pathogens. They are called pathogens. Now how these pathogens enters in our body? They enters in our body through air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and they can also transmitted by direct contact with an infection person or are carried through animals. Such diseases are called the communicable diseases, or you can also define it as the diseases that can spread from sick person to a healthy person through coughing, sneezing. Example are cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. Now, we will discuss the diseases that spread through air we breathe. Microorganisms that cause common cold, TB, that is tuberculosis, pneumonia, etc. They can spread through the air we breathe. Means these microorganisms are present in air. And they can spread through the air we breathe from infected person. For example, when a person suffering from cold sneezes or coughs, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are thrown out. When a healthy person breathes this contaminated air, these viruses enter into the body and cause the diseases. For this reason, we should keep our hand or handkerchief or tissue paper on our mouth and nose while coughing and sneezing. Now, some microorganisms enter in our body through water we drink, and many infectious diseases can spread through water. For instance, cholera causing microbe. Cholera is a bacterial disease, and the bacteria of the cholera enters in a healthy person through the water that we drink or by drinking the contaminated water. So we are advised to boil the water because boiling kills the microorganism present in the water and make the water fit for drinking. The other mode of transmission of microbes in our body is through food we eat. Protozoans or protozoa, bacteria and spores of fungi are present in the soil, from where they enters into our food. Therefore, we should wash the fruits and vegetables after bringing them from market. Cholera caused by the bacteria, and dysentery are caused by the protozoans, and they spread through pathogens, contaminated food we eat. Many diseases are spread by insects and animals, and in animals and insects in such diseases act as carriers. Means they carry the disease causing microorganism. These animals and insects are called the vectors. Vectors carry the disease. We can define the vector as vectors carry the disease causing microbes from an infected person to healthy person and cause diseases. For example, a very most common carrier of the diseases is housefly. It carries the disease causing microbes on its legs and mouth parts from feces and other organic waste. The housefly, when sits on our exposed food or uncovered food, leaves these disease causing microbes on the food, and when this food is eaten, it causes diseases. Various diseases like cholera, typhoid, dysentery and tuberculosis are known to spread by the housefly through contaminated food and water. Cockroach also causes many diseases that is commonly found in our kitchens. Female Anopheles mosquito. Malaria is mosquito-borne infectious disease of humans and other animals caused by protozoan. It begins with a bite from an infected female Anopheles mosquito. Chikungunya or dengue is spread through the bite of mosquito, that is Aedes aegypti, and cannot spread from person to person. Means they are non-communicable diseases. Now, general preventive measure that must be taken against microbial disease. Fruits and vegetables must be washed before they are eaten. If possible, the water should be boiled, particularly during rainy season or when there are chances of infection. Keep the patient in complete isolation. Keep the personal belongings of patients like utensils, clothes, away from those of others. Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Vaccination to be given at suitable age to get immunity. Good sanitation in the community and avoid breeding of mosquito by not allowing water to collect anywhere, that is in coolers, tires, etc. as they lay eggs in the standing water bodies. So it is suggested to put kerosene or some insecticides. Insecticides are the chemicals that kills or stop the growth of insects in standing water bodies to prevent the breeding of mosquito in it. Avoid to eat uncovered food items from roadside hawker because these are unsafe to eat as they may contain microbes and they may cause food poisoning. Now we will discuss the infectious diseases caused by microorganisms. First of all, we will discuss the microorganism bacteria. It causes the disease like tuberculosis, diphtheria, cholera, tetanus and typhoid. Viruses or viral diseases are common cold, influenza, mumps, polio, chickenpox, AIDS. The full form of the AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. These caused by the fungi are called the fungal diseases, and these are ringworm, athlete foot. Disease caused by the protozoan are called the protozoa or protozoans are the protozoan diseases. For example, malaria. The malarial parasite is a plasmodium. Amoebic dysentery, amoebiasis and sleeping sickness. Modes of transmission of pathogens. We have already discussed that actions like sneezing and coughing. It causes tuberculosis, common cold, influenza, swine flu, water, typhoid, amoebic dysentery, cholera, through soil, tetanus, animal bite, rabies. It is a viral disease, and malaria, it is a protozoan disease. Now, prevention of diseases. How can we prevent ourselves from such diseases? Methods of prevention and diseases that may be prevented. For example, vaccination. We know that vaccine is a small dose of. What is a vaccine? Vaccine is a small dose of dead and weakened microbes that are inoculated in our body, or it can also be given orally. And through vaccination we can prevent the diseases like tuberculosis, polio, mumps and tetanus. Using mosquito nets and mosquito repellents, controlling mosquito population, the disease can be prevented are malaria and dengue. Proper disposal of waste and using disinfected water, it prevents us from the diseases like cholera, typhoid and jaundice. Maintaining good personal hygiene, it means it prevents us from ringworms and athlete foot. Now, microorganisms causing diseases in animals. They also causes diseases in animals, and there is a table that tells us about some diseases caused by microorganisms in animals. For example, anthrax. Anthrax is a bacterial disease. It is caused by the bacteria and it infects the cattle. Foot and mouth disease. It is a viral disease and it also infects the cattle. Rabies. It is a viral disease and dogs and monkeys get affected by this disease. Tuberculosis, it is a bacterial disease and it affects the cattle and poultry. Ringworm, again it is a fungal disease and it infects the cattle and poultry birds. Aspergillosis, again it is a fungal disease and it infects the poultry birds like duck, hens. Canine distemper, it is a viral disease and it infects the dogs. The microorganism causes disease in plants. They also causes disease in plants, as we know that these plants may have been affected by the pathogens. Means Disease causing microorganisms also infect the plants and they cause diseases in plants. Most plant diseases are caused by fungi, bacteria and viruses. These microorganisms may reduce crop yield and at times cause total destruction of the crop. The Irish Famine in 1740 to 41 was caused because of complete destruction of the potato crop due to the disease that is late blight, and it is caused by a fungus, and the name of the fungus is Phytophthora. Now here is a table that tells us about some common plant disease. For example, microorganisms like virus, they cause diseases in plants. Tobacco mosaic virus, it is also known as TMV, and the symptoms are appearance of uneven spot and discoloration on the leaves. You can see the picture here. This is a picture of the leaf infected by TMV. Bacteria, it causes citrus canker. It causes diseases in citrus plants. Lesions on leaves, stems and fruit with raised brown water soft margins. You can see the picture of citrus canker here. The fungal disease in plant is rust of wheat. Diseased plants show rust colored orange patches on the infected plant parts. This is the picture of the wheat rust and it is a fungal disease. Smut of rice. It is again a fungal disease. Smut balls in grains that become greenish black, then burst and infect other grains. This is the smut of rice. And red rot of sugarcane. The infected stems have a dull red color interrupted by occasional British patches across the stalk and or elongated red lesion on the midrib of leaves. Now we will discuss the food poisoning. Food poisoning, as the name suggests, is a disease that results from the consumption of contaminated food. Symptoms of the food poisoning are vomiting, nausea, severe pain in the abdominal region, diarrhea and dehydration. It may also cause weakness, fatigue and damage to the nervous system. The symptoms arise due to the presence of bacteria or other microbes in our food. They may also be due to ingestion of toxins contained in food, including those produced by the bacteria. And some bacteria like Clostridium and Staphylococci, they cause the food poisoning. And the fungus like Aspergillus cause food poisoning. Now, food must be properly prepared and stored to prevent food poisoning. Food poisoning can occur when food is left unrefrigerated. Means if we do not store the cooked food properly, then it may cause the food poisoning. And person who handle or prepare food should wash their hands to prevent contamination of the food. So we can discuss now food preservation. What is food preservation? The process of treating and handling food so as to stop or greatly slow down spoilage caused or accelerated by microorganisms. And in our next video we will discuss the different method of food preservation.